Alright, HadesOmega here. So I've got a little tip for just a general motorcycling tip, not really an adventure riding tip, but for those of you with motorcycles with an adjuster, rear chain, the chain adjuster for the rear sprocket, like this, I have a tip that you can that'll help prevent this from happening. So I recently went on a trip to LA on my 92 KLR 650. I don't know if the newer KLRs have this kind of adjustment, but this is the one I hate the most. It's basically, if you look at this side, it's got a plate here that blocks the swing arm, and then it has two different size nuts, and one of them is a locking nut and the other is like an adjusting nut, sort of, kind of. So you loosen this one and then you move it around and it moves the axle front and back. So I had adjusted my chain before I left, and I guess I didn't tighten this side enough, and this is what happened. So I lost the nut and the plate. So it was not a catastrophic failure, because really the axle is what holds the wheel together, you know. Once you set the distance of the axle or the sprocket, once you tighten this, it kind of locks everything in place. So I was lucky. I was able to ride it home. The LA to San Francisco, San Jose is like 300 plus miles, so I made it back home safely. So a quick fix for that, so something like that doesn't happen, is a vacuum cap. Just plug the threads with the vacuum cap here, and then that way you will never lose it. Yeah, so that's my little tip. So here I have a Dorman Help vacuum cap assortment kit, and the ones that seem to fit the best are the red ones. And I don't have any more red ones, but that's what they kind of look like. Actually, I don't even think these are the right ones. I think the one in these ones are the rubber ones, which you can use. Yeah, just find one that fits, you know. Boom, there you go. There you go, and then that'll keep you from losing the everything, you know. If it does come loose, you're not gonna lose everything, you know. Had I done this, that I wouldn't have lost anything, unless this managed to make its way off too. But you know, but yeah, it's like, well, yeah. If you tighten it properly, HadesOmega, it wouldn't have happened. Well, you know, with these thumpers, they pretty much vibrate themselves to death, man. Like, that's it's a common occurrence, losing or loosening fasteners on this bike. So yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds. Actually, my favorite is actually on this bike. This is my 750 Turbo. It's under the covers right now, but this has a kind of like a cam, sorta, and then you rotate the whole thing, and it'll move the axle front and back. That's my favorite. That's like the easiest one. But the DR650 has another one that I like, that it totally prevents that from happening. It has a cam right here with different notches on it, kind of like a snail looking type thing, and it has numbers on it, so it's a lot easier to use. It's not as quite fine-tuned adjustment as the other one, but you know. And of course, this is my newest bike, 2016 Victory Impulse, and it has, and believe it or not, it has the same freaking adjustment thing as the KLR. Pretty much. Yeah, it's just got a threaded thing here that moves something that pushes the axle in and out. And yeah. Actually, you can't lose this one. This is actually all machined. This is the whole block right here, is what adjusts the axle. It's not like the KLR, but you could still lose the lock nut, you know. So I put the vacuum caps on it, and it's red like my bike, so it's cool. So there you go. That's a quick tip for you guys that have motorcycles that have the threaded adjustment here. Just put a vacuum cap, or you could use maybe like a grommet or an O-ring, but I think the vacuum cap is probably the best. It looks the best, and you know, it's an inexpensive mod. It's probably costs like a bunch of them. Like if you buy like a whole set of them, it probably won't cost you more than like $5, you know. And then you know, that'll keep you from losing stuff. So, But definitely for a first gen KLR, this is what I recommend doing. I don't know about the second gen, I don't know how their adjusters are, but they're a lot like this. There you go. That's HadesOmega's motorcycling tip of the day. HadesOmega out.